Vayetzeh Yitzchak מבאר Sheva. And Yitzchak went out of Beer Sheva, Kasav Megalim Amukos Sforno. Parshas told us, Al Pasuk Al Kain Shem Ha'ir Be'er Sheva B'Segol, that and therefore the name of the city is the well of seven with a segol, Sheva, not Shova. Mure al Hashvua al Mitzvah Shiva. So that hints to the oath and the number 7. Val b'yemei Avraham hayasham shem ha'ir Beersheva bekomatz al shem hashvua bilvad ad kan lashono. But in the days of Avraham, it was called Beersheva with a komatz, only referring to the shvua, shova. V'ratzono lomar mispar Shiva hainu shahaisa be'er hashvis hain sham. And that is to say that the number 7, that refers to that it's the 7th well. Look over there. I guess there were 7 wells. Viksas rai ledvarov mimashakasu bebreishis rabatolos. Parshas samachdalet vayikra shma Shiva. Keneged sefer vayidaber shum mashlim Shiva sifrei Torah chulu ein sham. That says in Bereshis Rabbah that he called it Shiva, corresponding with the 7th book of Torah. If you divide them and include Vayibin Ohr Hatorah. So there's 7 books of the Torah. So the 7th well was named after the 7th book that completes the Torah. So that hints to the completion of the 7 wells as well. Vayim b'zohar sof Parshas Pichukosai Tav Kuf Tesvav Amud Aleph ubeperush Ramaz Sham Veshuv Ra'isi b'Pirkei Rabbi Eliezer Parshas Lamed Hey Val Shematzos Shiva Pamim Karos Shiva. That it says there in Pirkei Rabbi Eliezer, because they found it 7 times, they called it 7. Shinemar Vayikraos Shiva, like it says, and they called it 7. Vayin Sham Val Shem HaBe'er. And because of this well, Nikresa Ir Beer Sheva Ad Hayom Hazeh, that's why the city is called the well of 7, or the 7th well, until this day. So that's in Pirkei Rabbi Eliezer. V'cheshbon Shiva Hainu K'mo Shkasuv Mem Ayin Sforno. So that's like the Sforno says, Gimel Be'eros to Avraham, V'gimel de Yitzchak, that you have 3 wells of Avraham and 3 wells of Yitzchak. Levad Zuharavis Yitzchak Ein Sham, other than this 4th one of Yitzchak. Look over there. So that comes out to 7. Ubibiyor Yazor al Pasuk Vayetzeh Yakov Perish to Be'er Sheva da Avraham Hubina. And Biyor Yazor on Vayetzeh Yakov, so it explains that Be'er Sheva of Avraham is Bina, the 7th well from below to above. Ube'er Sheva Yitzchak hi Malchus, and the 7th well of Yitzchak is Malchus from above to below. Ein Shamatam, and look over there the reasoning. V'ha'inyan ein sham dibur maschil. Rabbi Shimon Amar Nafik. Ve'efshar lomar, we can say, the further, Da'atam al pi ma shenizbor b'makom acher beperish titin emes liYakov chesed la'Avraham asher nishbat alav osinu mikadem. That the reasoning is according to what it says on the verse, give truth to Yakov, kindness to Avraham that you swore to our fathers from the days of old. Yakov hu hayud shnimshach min bechinas akvaim. That Yakov is the concept of the yud. It's drawn from the concept of the heels, or drawn into the concept of the heels. You draw it all the way down. Ein b'Torah Orish Parshas Vayetzeh B'dibur hamaschil v'shavti b'shalom. Look at what it says about the concept of I will return in peace to my father's house. Concept of a descent downwards and an aliyah upwards to return to his father. But nonetheless, even though it goes all the way down to the heels, is drawn down all the way, the revelation of the truth of Hashem, Titenemes Yakov. Chesed la'Avraham, and from this drawing down is also drawn down the kindness to Avraham lihiyos b'yisirus dilasata talo yisirus dilalechulu, that you should have the arousal from above depending on your arousal from below. So when you come down with Yaakov, with the avoda of going downwards, Yud to the Akev, that also draws down a chesed la'Avraham, that your avoda below awakens a chesed above. Hashpa. Vayin minyan emes liYakov v'chesed b'Bereishis Rabba Bereishis Parshas. And look what's brought about this in Medrash Rabba Bereishis u'b'shmus Shmus Rabba Shmus Pasha Hey Binyan Chesed v'emes nifgashu chulu. Look what's brought in Medrash there about the pasuk in Tehillim, that truth, kindness and truth have met. So the concept of Chesed of Avraham and truth of Yaakov, and their connection between the two. And this ability that you should have with the arousal from below and arousal from above, it's through this that you swore to our fathers. So connecting back to Sheva, this oath is higher, is what's drawn down from higher than wisdom of Chachma, and the Ratzon that's included in Chachma. And that's why it says Asher Nishbata with the word Asher, referring to supernal pleasure. And that's the concept of the well of seven by Avraham, Shehi Bina, Shiamika law. That's the concept of Bina, the seventh of Avraham, which is the supernal depth, which is the drawing down of the seven lower levels of Atik. And we're drawing down Tainug, like it says, Ashenishbata Mimikedem. And we're drawing down the Shvuah as the concept of the seven from the Asher, from the Tainug Elyon. That's the concept that you swore from the Yemei Kedem, the seven midos of Atik, the days of Kedem, the days of old. Vayim Bezoar Parshas B'Shalach Samach Gimel Beis Valkin Sheva Bekomatz, and that's why by Avraham the well of the oath with a komatz tachas hashin. Asher komatz ubekeser, but even though the Sfono says that it refers to seven, we're in the Biur Azor. Yeah, in the Biur Azor is where it explains the two sevens. So even though the Sfono first says that the Be'er of Avraham with Shava is only Al Shem HaShavua, but according to the Biur Azor, it's also seven. So it has the Komatz, because the Komatz corresponds with Keser, the concept of the hidden, of all hiddens, V'zeu inyan hashvuah d'Avimelech. And that's the concept of the oath of Avimelech. Lafi ma shekozu b'makom acher melech hainu malchus d'atzilus. V'Avimelech hainu shoresh mikor malchus hamakifim. So what is Avimelech? So Melech corresponds with Malchus of Atzilus, and the father of the Melech, that's the source, the root of Malchus in the encompassing lights. Im Kenyish Lomar, Bechinas Malchus Ein Sof Chulu. So we can say that refers to the Avimelech refers to the Malchus of Ein Sof, the source of Malchus before the Tzimtzum Chulu. Achin Shem Be'er Sheva, the Yitzchak al Shema Be'eros. So again, that corresponds with the concept of Keser. Shvuah to Avraham from Malchus of Ein Sof, drawing down of Keser. Now, the Beersheva of Yitzchak al Shema Be'eros refers to the wells. Hine Be'er Maim Chaim Hanovus Mimata Lamaila Hu Malchus Datzilus. Now, the concept of the well of life-giving waters that flows from below to above is the concept of Malchus of Atzilus. V'nikra Be'er Sheva B'Segol Shib Mekabelis Mezayin Tachtonos Datzilus, and it's called Be'er Sheva with a Segol because it receives from the 7 lower levels of Atzilus. Is Segol being either Chagas or Nihi. Masha'in Kain Be'er Sheva da Avraham Shehu Bina, which is not the case with the Be'er Sheva of Avraham, which corresponds with Bina. He Mekabelas Mezayin Tachtonos Atik, that receives from the 7 lower levels of Atik, like we said. V'negabe Yakov d'chsi Vayetzeh Yakov Be'er Sheva. Now it says now it says when Yakov went out, it says he went out. Vayetzeh Yakov Be'er Sheva. Ksiv Gam Kein B'Kamatz. It also says with a Kamatz Im Kein Mashma. So if so, it implies Shiyatza Mi Bechinas Be'er Sheva Bechinas Avraham, that he went out from the concept of the Be'er Sheva of Avraham that we said was with a Kamatz. And that's not understood at first glance. That it would seem more fitting that he should be leaving the concept of the well of 7 of Yitzchak, the Sheva of Yitzchak, of his father, that's where he went out of, his father's Sheva. But the concept is Sharei b'pasuk titin emes chulu asher nishbata chulu nizkeru Yakov ve'Avraham. So, like we saw in that verse, that you should give truth to Yakov and kindness to Avraham, that both Yakov and Avraham are mentioned in that pasuk. V'adarabah Yakov nizkar kodem, and exactly the opposite. Yakov is mentioned first before Avraham. V'alzeh ne'amar shenishbata chulu mimei kedem. And on this it says that you swore to our fathers from the days of old, including Yaakov. Im kein al bechinas Yaakov nimshach hashvua mimei kedem shem zayin tachtonos ta'atik. If so, on the concept of Yaakov is drawn the oath from the days of old, which are the 7 lower levels of Atik. Lakach ne'amar mibe'er shova b'kamatz. That's why it says by Yaakov from Be'er Sheva with a kamatz. V'chein yisa b'Bereshis rabba Vayetzeh Parshas Amachalaf mibe'era shel shvua chulu. It says from the in Beshis Rabba Vayetzeh, from the well of the oath. V'hainu lefi shehalach. I'm not sure how's that's a proof. V'hainu lefi shehalach Charan ashul makom klipas noga. That is because he went to Charan, the place of the klipas noga. The concept of Charan is anger or klipa. Levar birudim ba'alma dipruda. So he went to purify and elevate sparks in the world of separation, Vutachlis Hakvayim, and that's the ultimate level of heels. Alkain, the Yostitian Emis Yakov, Chulu, and therefore, in order to have the give truth to Yaakov, you have to have drawn down from the concept of that you swore to our fathers from the days of old. Dafka specifically, in order to purify and elevate. That from there is drawn down the ability to have with the arousal from below, and with physical things, to draw down the arousal from above. Parshas Vayetzeh, and look in Zohar Vayetzeh, there's two explanations in Vayetzeh, Yakov Sheva, Bina, whether you say that Yaakov went out of Beersheva is from Bina, Malchus, and he went to Charan, which is the concept of Malchus. Im Perush Vayetzeh Yaakov Beersheva, Malchus, or you can say that Yaakov went out of Beersheva from the concept of Malchus, and he went to Charan, and he went down further from Malchus downwards to elevate and purify the Klippas Noga Shuinyan Lavan, which is the concept of Lavan, the purification, to purify. Like it says in Siddur concerning the testimony of the Gal between Yaakov and Lavan. Vain b'Torah Oreish Parshas told us b'dibon hamaschil v'edler told us Yitzchak mevor be'eros shechavar Yitzchak him b'maylel yoni yosu meha be'eros shechavar Avraham ein sham. And in Torah Or told us, it says that the wells that Yitzchak dug are on a higher level than the wells that Avraham dug. Look over there, b'inyan shemos k'shemos harishon. B'inyan shemos k'shemos. It says that he named them the names, so it says Shemos, the first one, the ones that Yaakov, the one that Yitzchak gave to them are Keshemos, are like the names without a vav that Avraham gave. Harishon Mali vav, that the first Shemos of Yitzchak has a vav, Os vav nikra os emes, and the letter Vav is called the letter of truth. Like it says in Zohar Vayikra on the verse, and you should give me a sign of truth. And that refers to the letter Vav. Imkein lefizef shalom. If so, we can say according to that, Beersheva degabi Avraham zehu Malchus, that the Beersheva by Avraham is the concept of Malchus. Ubeersheva Sheva degabi Yitzchak zehu Malchus kishehi b'madregas bina, and the Beersheva by Yitzchak, that's Malchus as it is in Bina. So in this context, Yitzchak's Beersheva is higher than Avraham's. Valderech Eshes Chayla Teres Bailan, like the concept of the woman of valor is the crown of her husband. Imkein hiya Teres Tiferes. If so, it is the crown of Tiferes. Perhaps like the concept of Segalta. And that's why it's called the well that gives to the 7 attributes, because it's in Bina. So in that would correspond with how the Sforno said that Avraham's well was only Al Shema Shvua, but Yitzchak's was on both the Sheva and the Shvua, because Yitzchak's in this, according to this, would be higher in Bina and gives to the 7. Misham Yuvan the Bechinas Be'er Sheva Zeu Kinyan Pnei HaMenorah. And from there you can understand this concept of the well of 7. It's like the concept of the countenance of the menorah. The Pnei HaMenorah is higher than the 7. Ya'iru Shivas Neros El Mul Pnei HaMenorah, so that the 7 candles shine to the concept of or corresponding with the Pnei menorah, that's the level that gives and is higher than the menorah. And the candles, Ohr Hatorah Bereishis derech mashpino soti tzadik chulu. So in Ohr Hatorah it says, from the well of 7, or the well of the oath, is like the oath to the neshama that it promises to, it swears to be a tzaddik. Vayin bizor Vayetzeh kuf pei aleph al pasuk vashpiacha belokei hashamayim chulu, where it talks about that I will make you have an oath with from the Elokav Shamayim. Explains that idea. Perhaps that it refers to the neshama as well.